Hello, one, hello, all. Welcome to another episode of. I don't know if there's another episode of sports. This is a slapdash. Let's talk about this episode. Constantly, all my Ranger fan friends have said something to the effect of, "How is it that the Rangers lose a game 4-3 when they score 4 goals?" That's a summary of it's a conglomeration of everything I've heard from people, and I agree, and I understand the other side, but at the same time, the NHL really, really needs to. I don't know, specify. You know what? Go back. We'll talk about this as in depth as possible, but go back to the crease rule. As much as people hated it, you know what? It was simple. If your foot was in the crease when the puck went in the net, it wasn't a goal. And I guess you know what? You could even make it that the crease is the goalie. So interference is very limited. And if the goalie leaves the blue paint, then that's on him. And if somebody makes contact with the goalie outside the blue paint, well, goalie, listen, you have your little house. Stay in your home. But I do think it should have been a goal. I certainly think it should have been a goal. I try to. There's no secret. I'm a Ranger fan, but at the same time, that call was shit. That call was shit for a dozen reasons, and we'll go over it. And it you know what, you could say conspiracy all you want, and I'm trying not to feed into it, but I'm going to. Every time you hear something to the effect of, "Oh, and this keeps the Penguins perfect on their challenges for the season," you get a little suspicious. I can't help but think of the Penguins in the old Cook days when the shit that he did and they were getting away with things. The Penguins are like notoriously bitchy, and that's just kind of it's kind of a thing that the rest of the NHL, especially the East, says. And I'm sorry, I don't hear things said about the Rangers from like Carolina fans that I do Islander fans. But if you ask a Flyer fan about the Penguins, you ask a Ranger fan about the Penguins, you ask an Islander fan about the Penguins, you ask anybody in that division about the Penguins, they all have very similar complaints about that team. And I've never seen something like that before. So we'll get to it first of all in picture format, which is very, very easy. I mean, you have to keep in mind this game moves very fast. Also keep in mind that it was called a goal in real time. So whatever. This here is, I guess, what you can call the moment of impact. And it says so much to me because, first of all, Kakko's feet are up. Unless you think he's doing some sort of weird magical hip check in the air to his right side, How on earth is he purposely going through Casey DeSmith? There's that. Number 2 is his stick is past the post. He's the stupidest interferer in history. His stick is past the post. He screwed up his move. Everything's all messed up, and he's working on keeping the play alive. Now, let's go to things that look fishy. All right, so never mind the fact that what's keeping Kako in that position. Oh, look at that. That's a silver stick. Whose stick is that? It's not Kako's stick, because Kako's stick is in his hands. So somebody basically locked Kako into this little triangle here between Dumoulin and DeSmith. So how is Kako supposed to even attempt to get out of there with he's being pinched. He's being pinched by a goalie literally at his hips and a defenseman literally on his ass while having a roller coaster bar at his knees. There's that. Then you see DeSmith's Black Warrior stick, the fat bastard, and it's being obstructed. Like DeSmith won't be able to poke check anything away or like that. And what is obstructing that stick? It's the hand of Dumoulin. That is odd. To me, I'm sorry. Listen, I understand before you go typing a diatribe, this is a frozen frame in history. I get it. I get it. I get it. But if a picture speaks 1,000 words, what are you talking about? Next, we have the rear angle of basically the same shot. If you want to say that Kako's right leg makes contact with DeSmith's left arm, I'm sure that's possible. But again, his you could see his skate in the air under Dumoulin's armpit there. Under Dumoulin's left armpit, you see Kako's skate. Kako is jumping to try to get out of the way. My question here is, why is Daniel LaRusso, why is Dumoulin hooking the leg of his goalie? He's chasing Kako, yet somehow his alignment is to the right and behind his goalie. He's not straight parallel with Kako. He's not to the left of Kako, which is where Kako is coming from. He's to the right. He's taking his own goalie out. How about video footage? Okay, so from the start here, you've got a glorified 3-on-3 with Pittsburgh looking a little slow. Let's break in. Does this work? Why is this not working? All right, so now it breaks up into a 2-on-1 with benefits because they're both watching Kako. Lafreniere is there at the bottom. I'm sorry, I can't I can't. There, at the bottom, Lafreniere he's ready for a pass, and in a second you'll see that he's got an open net to shoot at. So the Penguins are overshading just a bit too hard here. But, let's not make excuses for a team that's about to just get completely helped out. All right, so now it evens out a bit. But if you look at the Smith, he's straight on. He's straight on with Kakko coming in from the dot, which makes him parallel to the far post. And now Lafreniere's stick is off the ice. If Lafreniere's stick is on the ice, he's got to tap in. A la what's his face for the Penguins earlier twice. It's a very similar situation where if you just pass it across and make contact with the player who's open stick, all they have to do is just redirect it in because the Smith is so far over. But number 2 overall draft pick says, I'm going to do this and show the number 1 overall draft pick. And he goes in. Now, look, if he were headed for the goalie, if he were going to make contact with the goalie from here, he could barrel into him and they could both barrel into that post on the far side. Doesn't look like he's doing that because it looks like he's made a quick turn to his left. So now, if he keeps moving forward, he could barrel into the goalie and then they can barrel into the near post. And Lafreniere's stick is back on the ice. He sees the puck. He's just trying to just dunk it. Lafreniere's there. Letang is doing something that resembles defense. And so here you go. He's not barreling into the post. He's leaping across the top of the crease. And DeSmith, to his credit, is tracing the puck with his pad very admirably. And Kakko is mid-air. He lost the puck and lost his attempt to swipe it backwards, which if you look at right now, if he made a backhanded pass, it's going nowhere and or to the point and or intercepted by the Penguins because Heedle's stick is nowhere near the ground and Lafreniere is way too in tight. But we have 2 Penguins on the ground who are making sure that Kakko can't get up. And one of them's Dumoulin. All right, so now we have the final stages of the interference. And you have DeSmith on Kakko, and you have Dumoulin on DeSmith. Why is Dumoulin on DeSmith? Kakko, to his credit, keeps up with the puck, makes a backhanded pass. Hi, I'm a yawning net. Anybody, just put something in me. And now DeSmith is back up. Kakko is on the ground. So This is where I'd like some specification on the interference rule, because the play that is now over. There was no shot on goal, and DeSmith is no longer being impeded with. Sure, he's out of position, but to say that's 100% Kakko's fault is just drunk. That's just drunk people talk. So here we go. Puck gets back. Wait a minute. And that's another thing too. Here, watch Dumoulin. Watch him bury his head. Look at him. He headbutts DeSmith like he's pushing him further back. What is that? Listen, Kakko's done. He's on the ground. There's nothing left Kakko can do. His legs aren't moving. He's down. Dumoulin, on the other hand, with this weird headbutt move, which helps DeSmith move a little bit further back. But DeSmith gets back. He's up. I've seen in my history goalies, I'm not making excuses, mind you. I understand that there's going to be thousands of yeah but comments. I've seen goalies come diving across. Pittsburgh, you may remember one. His name was Marc-Andre Fleury, where he would just split across and get there in time. So the puck is now on Filipino's stick, and Letang again. Looking something like a defenseman, and it goes in. And why couldn't DeSmith completely get back? Oh, there's a stick on the ground. Whose stick is that? Wait a minute. So Kakko's got his stick. He's still making moves. We've got this little triangle thing going on where he's being held in by a stick. And now that pops out. And look next to Dumoulin. That stick's on the ground. So that's basically a do not pass for DeSmith. DeSmith's impeded, sure. But it's all Dumoulin. He can't, he doesn't really make that great an effort. And look, his feet are all tangled up in the stick. There's lots more. Let's get better angles, please. Yay. We think we took the lead with just 3 minutes to go. DeSmith's like, what the shit's going on here? Did my guy just fucking push my shit in? That's what DeSmith's face says. I think Dumoulin just ate my salad. All right. We don't need to see this. Okay, here we go. So, if you don't know anything about skating, the way you move your feet is how you move. So, see Kakko's feet, they're straight. He's skating straight. He starts stepping over and gliding to his left, which is where he's moving. Now watch his feet. His feet are starting to turn. And it's well before the crease. If you turn your feet like that, that means you want to go across. He wants to do the old school NHL 94 move where you fake the goalie on on the glove side and bring it over to your forehand and dunk it into the empty side on the stick side. I don't know how many people, have played hockey or, played it on video games. That's the Genesis move right there, is what he's doing. But he's got a stick on his knee, he's got a Dumoulin in his back. And as you see, both of his feet, he's turning. And look where his feet are in relation to the crease. He's above the crease. And at this moment, it looks like he's in the crease, but we'll get a better angle. His left foot, he goes out of his way to make sure his left foot is not in the crease. Even more so, look at that stick next to DeSmith's foot. DeSmith is still able to make his save. There's nothing wrong with DeSmith's ability to goaltend. The problem is Kakko fanned. Kakko fans on the puck, but his stick follows through. So his movement is fucked. He's over here and he's fanned on the puck, and now it's next to the Smith's pad, and Dumoulin is far from finished. And there you go. You've got a headbutt from Dumoulin. Dumoulin likes digging his head in people's asses, evidently. As you can see, Kakko Kakko looks like he's finishing his dunk move, but the puck isn't there. And DeSmith would have saved it anyway, too, by the way. So, kudos there. And now, all this shit right here that's happening is Dumoulin. I mean, hi. Salad tossed, party of one, your table is waiting. And now if you look at Dumoulin's legs, if he's chasing Kakko, if he's covering Kakko, why is he on the inside of his goalie? Did the movement of Kakko, did Kakko draft him that far? Is this NASCAR to where his movement drafted the defenseman that deep into his own net? And now you have him sweeping the leg. And he makes contact with the post. DeSmith is completely gone. And now Dumoulin and DeSmith are just like the way me and my wife sleep in bed. That's about as close as we are. Just like that. That's what we look like when we're in bed sleeping together. Just, pressed against one another. And now the puck still technically not really in possession. DeSmith is up. He's up. He's got a stick at his feet, but he's up. And Letang. Yeah, all right, Letang. What? So, sorry, Letang. It's your turn. So he fans on the. So all right, here, Kakko passes it to the front. Letang fans on the. He was going to try to knock it out if Heedle's skate didn't stop the puck. But he's on his heels. So why drop to your knee at this point? Why not do what your buddy Dumoulin just did and hook your legs and go for the post? No, he does a Superman dive, which is how you stop all pucks. I know that as a former goalie. When they have like 5 feet to your right, you just do a Superman dive, and the puck will be stopped. Now here's the front angle. Watch Kakko's front left skate. Look where it is. On top of the crease. Look at his left front skate. Look at it there. It's not in the crease. And then he gets tripped up because he's got a stick in his nuts. Oh wait, I'm sorry. What was that, Mr. I'm a hockey analyst, and I say what I see?
Right out of the net. We get a better look at it here as Dumoulin kind of shoves Kakko.
Oh, you mean Kakko didn't shove the Smith? You mean Dumoulin shoved the Kakko? That's weird. On Sportsnet, a completely neutral channel. This isn't a Pittsburgh network. This isn't a New York network. This is Canada saying. Beetle with the slam dunk again. You gotta watch. You have to watch Kakko's skates. Kakko's skates turn. Look, you can see it here clearly. His front left skate is up. You would think that momentum would pull him out. He's trying to score. He's not trying to fucking barrel the goalie over. So what stops him from making his movement is Dumoulin. Dumoulin makes a check from behind, and that alters Kakko's path. Is that Kakko's fault? Because Dumoulin comes in and just totally rams him there? Look, at this point, there's like 3 feet between Kakko and DeSmith, and Kakko's a foot away from just tapping it in. At this point, DeSmith is playing goal. Kakko's trying to finish his I'm a badass move. And here's Dumoulin being a dumb fucking meathead. Now Dumoulin's finishing. Kakko fans, credit to Dumoulin for achieving what it is he wants. Now again, clearly you can see Kakko's stick next to the Smith's skate. The Smith still untouched. The puck is now gone. The puck it's over. Kakko's move has been impeded. He did not achieve the move that he made. And now we get Dumoulin and this just festival of chaos. And there's Letang saying, I'm gonna, oh boy, please call this back because I look, yeah, cover it up, that's it. You just cover it up in the net, nobody will notice. I don't even think Letang would have made contact with the puck anyway. He might have been able to tap it out. But regardless, and then this guy I wonder why he has bruises on his eyes. I'm not making threats. I'm just making jokes. Says no go. Toronto says bullshit. We call Toronto. They say bullshit. And then that's when they say, and Pittsburgh remains perfect on their challenges. There needs to be more. There needs to be more to this because goalie interference in the last 4 or 5 years has become the foot in the crease of the late 90s. And just make the crease untouchable. If you're gonna be wishy-washy about contact, then make the crease the goalies. Nobody can go inside the crease. Period. And then try it from there. Try that for a preseason or something. I don't know, but this is bad. I don't care if you're a Pens fan saying that I'm being bitchy. Welcome. Might I remind you of your series against Philadelphia in 2012? That was a disaster. You guys looked atrocious back then. But anyhow, the rest of the league thinks you guys are crybabies. That's just a thing. I'm not just saying that to be catty. That call is weak. I don't care who. I don't care if it was the Devils against the Sabres. I don't care who scores it. It's weak. You know what? I think if you call that back, you get Dumoulin. There should be some sort of thing. They need to go back to the drawing board because Kakko had a clear path to the goalie. He was making a move, and then Dumoulin fucked his shit up. So give Dumoulin 2 minutes, give Kakko some version, maybe not a penalty shot, but give him the same path. Or something like that. I know that sounds insane. But you know what? If the big thing is we're trying to protect the goalie, we're trying to do blah, 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 blah. All right. What I saw was Kakko tried to go around DeSmith with his stick while Dumoulin was tossing his salad, and he fanned on the shot. That's it. That's the end of that shooting action. So how long do we have this goaltender interference thing for? Because at that rate, like, you could start pulling calls back. Like if somebody makes contact with a goalie's skate and he doesn't properly get back in time, but he is square, but he's just a half a second late, then you can call that goaltender interference, and then you go down this wicked rabbit hole. I just think, listen, congrats Penguins, you did a hell of a job. The Rangers earned the game in the first period. They got lucky on a turnover in the third and should have won the game. But the better team through 6 periods was the Penguins. I mean, that kind of goes without saying. But that doesn't, sometimes teams lose that should win. I realize the irony in this. But usually the refs don't help. That was a Shesterkin steal that game. And what it was a Dumoulin Toronto, I don't know what else, steal of the Rangers. I'm curious to know, because I've been bouncing around the internet, and the opinions have been berserk. Just absolutely berserk. From people quoting the rule book to, clearly Kakko is intending to take out the goalie. You're drunk. Again, strictly speaking, Rangers. Chris Kreider in 2014 had his skates sort of taken out from him. Not unlike what we saw here with Dumoulin, although Kreider's skates moved forward, and Kreider is considerably faster than Kakko, and Kreider had a straight line to the goalie, takes out Carey Price, goal counts. What is what? Can the league please figure out a better way of explaining what goaltender interference is? I'm dying to know the multiple sides of this discussion. I've been having it for hours. Subscribe to get more. I'm not strictly a Ranger guy. I'm mostly a Ranger guy, but we call it sports for a reason. CPORTS. And if you enjoy having discussions like this, if you enjoy watching edited content, throw a subscribe. If you think this is a topic worth really talking about, then a thumbs up would certainly help me understand just how confusing this is to the rest of you. Game 2 up next.